living how I did before. Every day just waking up feels like I'm at war. Every time I turn a page, I'm scared of what's in store. All the pages torn, change I can't afford. I can't take it, I won't make it back. The future lays ahead, but who can tell if it'll last? Cause when I look for it, I only see the broken paths. Why am I so attached? I'm burning with a match. Fuck off, wanna take me for a ride, but I won't let them. So cold like an ice pick through the heart, but I won't sweat it. Lost cause, wait a lifetime for the dark, then it's all better. I guess Peter Pan was right, growing up to wasted time. So I think I'll run away, thinking about it every day. I guess Peter Pan was right, growing up to wasted time. So I think I'll run away, thinking about it every day. I guess Peter Pan was right, growing up to wasted time. So I think I'll run away, thinking about it every day.
What's that? Hey there, why you always looking so upset? Let's stop, let's stand, nothing's ever good enough, not at all. What's that? Hey there, why you always looking so upset? Let's stop.
The Morning Fix live radio show will begin shortly. For your best news coverage and commentary, tune in daily at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on The Morning Fix. The Morning Fix live radio show will begin shortly. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another live event here on the Morning Fix live radio show. Of course, I'm your host, Macho. It is now October, 10/3/2022. We are well into fall. It is 10:06 Eastern Standard Time. It is 51 degrees and rainy. We are getting a piece of that hurricane, just a slight snippet of that hurricane residue coming over here, just to reflect on what just transpired over at Florida. And Fort Myers got the brunt of it, but anywhere between 5 to 10 feet of storm surge and property is destroyed. Over 600,000 people are without power today. It is a catastrophe, to say the least. A Category 5 hurricane, one of the worst in 60 years to ever hit the land of Florida. So our prayers go out to those out there. We got a lot to cover today. Please stick around, tune in. Let's say our good mornings, and to the wonderful and great Kisha. She's here with us today. Hey,
Morning.
good morning. Good morning. How was your
Morning.
weekend?
My weekend wasn't. Oh shit! It was busy. Let's just keep it
Oh
going.
yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
was busy. It was busy, but I'm here. I'm very tired this morning.
That's the Monday morning blues. Well, hopefully I can shake you out of that, and we can
Well,
get this
it's
show
so
going.
funny. I always find that I'm tired only on the work days, right? I wake up at 5 a.m. on Saturday and I'm vibrant and ready to go. I wake up at 5 a.m. on Monday and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired. Good
Yeah, you're
morning,
like,
everybody. Hi, Mandy. Good morning. Good morning.
all
Good
right,
morning.
let's make our rounds here.
Kathy.
Let's have some manners, right? Good morning to Kathy, our
Yes.
faithful. This is our faithful now at this point. Katie,
Yeah,
how are
Kathy,
you?
your hoodie should be arriving today or tomorrow. I think I
Oh,
put it
that's
in
right.
there.
She won the hoodie challenge. Yeah, there you
She
go.
did.
We'll have more challenges coming soon, especially some merch we'll be sending out to you guys as well. Laura, good morning. Heather,
Good
good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Who else do we have here? Mandy, good morning. Uh, And oh yeah, I watched a bit of the Simply Sunday show, and Keisha, I thought it was very good, despite the fact that he was the only person handling the sticks. So I think he
Oh,
did
thank
pretty good.
you, Laura. The flag behind me. That was
Oh
made
yeah,
by a TikToker. Just so you guys know.
who was that made that?
Um, Gosh, now that you put me on spot, I can't. I want to
Can't
tell you
remember.
her TikTok name, but I can't remember. But I'll tell you right now. Go ahead. Keep going. Saying good
You
morning.
know the government name off top of hand. That's how genuine Keisha. She doesn't want to even just.
Yeah, I don't want to say her. I don't want to say her name. So go ahead. Keep
Yeah,
going.
I think that Glenn did good after being off for a while, and Keisha, he gave us both and AJ a shout out, citing that we did a great job holding down the Sunday slot for him, but he also tallied up the amount of profanity that we were able to get in a 3 minute time span. I think it was like 178 profanity words, and I have to say I was pretty good and decent. This had to be between the both of them, between AJ and Keisha,
Okay,
not
so
me.
if there was 178, I probably had 168. I'm just saying. And she's an American girl. Made my flag. It's
Oh,
wood.
that's beautiful.
It's wood. It's engraved, and her and her father make them. So I
That's
was
awesome.
This one was the very first one they made, and I have it. You know, I'm about having the first.
Well, it's good to see a lot of us in here. There's about 10 of us in here.
Good
And I'm glad you
morning.
guys are here. Good morning. Good morning. And the more you guys comment on the channel, the more you guys like, subscribe, do all this stuff, even within the discussion that we have here. Comment as much as you want, because this raises the visibility. Because hey, now Twitch is like, oh, something's going on here. Let's raise this visibility to see if everybody else wants to chime in and
Okay.
have a conversation. We
Yes,
have a
I
lot to
absolutely.
get to
Hold
today.
on, Macho. Just
Yeah.
this comment really quick. Yes, I had a video when I opened the flag months ago, but I will make a video using the Morning Fix background. I'll snip this and I will tag her in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that she can do flags for Katie and
Yeah, so
other
if you guys
folks.
are interested, so Macho, I'm gonna snip the Morning Fix, like play this part of it so you can see it behind me, and then I'll tag you.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
cool.
All right. So we have a lot to discuss today, folks. I mean, we had a hurricane that hit. A lot of politics has been going. I call it Politrix. A lot of politics has been hitting. A lot of things have been said. A lot of I told you so's. A lot of karma is a B, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe Kisha could say the word.
Bitch. Karma's a bitch.
Karma's a bitch. Yeah, there you go. Of this rhetoric that's been slewed around, rather than caring about people who lost power, lost property, lost land, a lot of things have been discussed that we're going to cover today on the Morning Fix. So stick around after this graphic. We'll be right back.
We appreciate the Biden administration's consideration for the people of Florida during this time of need.
Based on what you've seen so far, how does this compare?
Well, I don't think it has a comparison, not for Florida. Their entire communities, Fort Myers Beach no longer exists. I mean, it'll have to be rebuilt. It'll be something different. It was a slice of old Florida that you can't recapture.
What does it look like when the president comes to town? What's your plan?
I don't know if he's announced he's coming or not. I know that the FEMA administrator, she will be here tomorrow, if not today. And so we'll be working. I don't know if she's planning on traveling with us on all our itinerary, but she's welcome to do that.
How do you stand behind Lee County's decision to not have that mandatory evacuation until the day before the storm?
Well, where was your industry station when the storm hit? Were you guys in Lee County? No, you were in Tampa. So that's, they were following the weather track, and they had to make decisions based on that. But, 72 hours, they weren't even in the cone.
Because there actually in the Republican Party is no political reward for compassion. The reward that you get in the party is for cruelty. It isn't for compassion. Wokeness and compassion is considered weakness. And so you don't get a reward for that.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is our lowest income communities and our communities of color that are most impacted by these extreme conditions and impacted by issues that are not of their own making. And so
I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here.
Where's Jackie? Where's Jackie, Kisha? Where is she? Probably 6 feet underground, right?
I have no words. You know what pains me the most? That we had two ignorant Black women in that whole thing. You know how frustrating that is as a fellow Black woman just to watch that.
I didn't do that on purpose, to be honest with you.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure to frustrate me, but it's cool.
Just to get you started here on this morning.
It's just frustrating. I mean, the stupid things that come out of these women's mouths is just like utterly painful. Like, do they think before they open their mouths? Okay, sorry.
I don't think so, and it gets worse. Just hearing that Kamala Harris discussion, hearing Joy Reid, just jump on the opportunity to criticize Ron DeSantis and to say, oh, now he's going to come begging the government now for some federal funding, despite the fact some other things. And it's like, well, no, it's not him it's people, American citizens who are going to need aid after this situation.
You see their disdain for DeSantis is affecting the Floridians.
Yeah,
it's about being a Republican state. It's about being Republican this, Republican that, Republican this. It has nothing to do with the fact that these people are human and just all the devastation that's been suffered. Like you said, Fort Myers Beach is no more. It's gone.
It's gone. It's 100% gone. Yeah, they have to rebuild it. And my whole thing is, Kisha, is they may get, in my opinion, by this rhetoric, they may get a few who are in the middle that says, you know what, I actually hate DeSantis after this. He didn't handle this whole. They may get a few. They are willing to galvanize the rest of Florida, who waved the Trump flag, who waved Ron DeSantis. They would vote for DeSantis before they vote for Trump at this point. You're willing to just say whatever for the few that will possibly turn on DeSantis, because this is all it is. It's political mudslinging. That's it.
So I'm going to say this because, we are dealing with morons. If this administration does not land Air Force One in Florida, I will lose my entire account dragging their ass.
And where's Biden going first? He's going to Puerto Rico today. He's not going to Florida.
Okay. So I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say it one more time. If Air Force One does not land in Florida, if that raggedy ass dementia written fool does not land in Florida, I will lose all of my social media dragging his ass.
Yeah,
We'll
and
never make
I
it to
happen
enjoy a
to
joke.
yeah, I
Mhm.
happen to agree with you, Jackie, because of the things that are happening are not coincidental anymore. They're not
They're
just
not.
quote unquote mistakes anymore. There are
No.
clear incompetency issues going on with this administration that they credit or continuously now to this day blame on Trump. They previously blame that
Ma
what
ma
could
Macho,
be happen
listen,
on Trump.
listen. You don't have a hurricane. Let's just discuss this. A hurricane, natural disaster, come through a city, a state, a town, a county, or wherever. You don't have that happen, and then you wanna make it political.
Mhm.
The hurricane had nothing to do with DeSantis.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
why are we discussing DeSantis? Why are we discussing anything political? Why is the term Republican coming out of someone's mouth when a hurricane category 5 just came through an entire state and destroyed it? What are we what huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You
What are
you
we
you you
what
got
are we
you got
doing
time to
here?
send billions of dollars to Ukraine and we gotta have an open discussion about what we're gonna do for Florida? Uh,
Unreal.
mm,
Again, this could be an
Monday.
opportunity for this Monday facts. This could be an opportunity for this administration to step up and rise above this and do the proverbial Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. And instead, what they're doing is back channeling communications. They're not upfront with the conversation of like how we're going to help Floridians. No, instead you have different conversations from the media, such as this, Keisha, from
Oh
Joy
god.
Reid and
Here we go.
Readout. Check this out.
The needs
Joining me
of
now
everybody.
is David Jolly, MSNBC political analyst, a former Republican congressman who's no
Oh,
longer
she's
affiliated with
bald
the party.
now.
David,
She's
you're a
bald.
politician. You ran for office in the state of Florida. I don't know if you served in Congress when DeSantis was a Tea Party freshman congressman. I did. What you understand, I think, better than anyone else, I worked in politics for a while, but I think you understand it better than I do, is that there are two kinds of ways to.
So aside from Charlie Crist, they're not just Democrats who dislike DeSantis and the DeSantis rhetoric that sounds like America First Republicans now.
Yeah.
A lot of Republicans that are repulsed by this language as well because they're really revealing their hand of how they're the establishment. They make a distinction. I think the guy who's running for office in Minnesota, the former basketball player, I should
Yes.
probably know his name, but he talks about and he does this so eloquently and very precise, and he doesn't mince his words. He describes the distinction between the big establishment, big government, Republicans and Democrats and progressives and the wokes, how they conspire against the American citizen. And he does it in such a very good way, very simplistic way, but then also on an intellectual level, he can really tap into that. And I think he does a great job, and I really hope he wins. But he really exposes this whole stuff and how we can really analyze this. And I thought he did an amazing job at that. But looking at this is a former Republican or a current Republican. I don't know. I don't care. But he's also repulsed by the DeSantis train. And that's why I wanted to give that little context
To
here.
run for office. There is paid media where you purchase an ad, you purchase ad time on TV, you send out postcards, everything like that's paid media. And then there's earned media. Earned media is way more valuable. It's far.
Why are we talking about anything media? A hurricane just ravaged through this state. Again, Floridians will not forget this. They're not going to forget this. Just like Katrina, people
You
in
see what the
Louisiana did
title
not
is.
forget this.
You see what the title is. Governor DeSantis provides updates on Hurricane Ian. Have we heard the updates yet?
No, we have not. But we're hearing
Oh.
the opinion rhetoric, political rhetoric from Joy Reid because, again, this is more
She's
propaganda.
angry because she's bald.
Yeah, she's losing her hair, it looks like.
Far more valuable. It's when you can get unpaid media. It's when you can get the media to pay attention to you and to watch you doing something that's only positive, where there's no negative spin attached to it, where you don't have to pay for it, it's not an ad. That was like huge earned media. And I think DeSantis understands that the earned media that he gets from doing these press
Earned
conferences
media.
is very valuable to him
What a joke.
politically. Let's just Be clear, right?
I don't know what's valuable to him politically when he has a bottom, the tip end of his state that's literally decimated. Some various areas, even in Central Florida, Keisha, that is just absolutely annihilated. People are without work. And the only way he shines is if the Floridian shines. And they're not shining right now. So what is he benefiting from earned media here right now?
Okay.
Wait. Keisha's mints for words, right? Jesus.
Listen. Okay.
I did it.
Okay. My brain does not function in these low vibrations. So
Big brain. Big
yeah,
brain.
like my brain does not function in these low vibrations. How do you expect me to have any words for the stupidity of which leaves this woman's mouth? She is literally talking about everything but the hurricane. What does anything? How is
It's so
DeSantis?
petty. It's so
Yeah,
petty and
seeking.
disgusting to me.
So I guess that DeSantis walked outside and said, "Let there be a hurricane category 5." Boom.
And then it drops, and then here we are.
And here we are.
And now the
Free
media is gonna be
publicity.
here. Yeah,
Free publicity. Yeah. Okay.
What a ignoramus. This is disgusting to me and vile.
Am I wrong? Am I right about that?
Oh, you're exactly right. Look at a
Oh,
governor
that.
at a time of crisis and tragedy it has the opportunity to project leadership and strong leadership. And in the early days, that leadership really goes unquestioned. But as the days go by, that leadership does get evaluated. And so, look, I think there's a lot of heat coming towards Ron DeSantis for a couple of reasons. He is now a Republican governor who needs one person to help him, and it's Joe Biden.
Oh!
And he needs the help of Joe Biden.
He doesn't need the president.
Macho. Okay. Listen. Here the fuck we go. Why is this about Ron DeSantis? Can someone, anyone, explain to me why they feel Ron DeSantis needs their help? Ron DeSantis doesn't need a damn thing. The Floridians,
the American citizens that live in that
who
state,
pay their taxes, need
Correct.
their help. So why do we keep saying this is a Republican governor? What is going on? And look who's in the building.
And rightfully so, and a great question. Why are these,
Fucking monkeys
making this political? And again, this is just to smear the guy because they're now Monday morning quarterbacking a situation that really you cannot really determine where a hurricane is going to actually land. It could say it's going to be here, and then it moves and it shifts, and it actually goes north, or it goes south, or it goes west.
This is cute that you're explaining this to us, Macho. This is cute.
I'm trying. I'm trying my best.
I like it. It's cute though. You know what though? We don't need explanation. We already know this.
Yeah, we all do. But this is what's going to happen. Many people are going to listen to her, and they're going to go, DeSantis should have done something better.
Well, that's why her hair is falling off the back of her head.
His wife will go around the state ensuring Florida displaced residents receive some aid. Was proud to announce $1.5 million to $2 million. Think about that. This is where the heat's coming. The heat's coming because this is a governor who is the administrator of an economy that's on the brink of collapse.
Here we go.
Who has spent money on priorities that don't support Floridians.
Here we go.
And while today we focus on his executive leadership, there will be hard questions coming.
All right. So this video continues to go on about DeSantis using the $12 million that was allocated for COVID relief, to which he went to the state and asked to be able to transport the migrants to, I don't believe it cost them $12 million.
I don't care.
Of COVID. But even though, despite all that, they're using that talking point and say, hey, this could have been utilized elsewhere. This could have been utilized this way. And furthermore, in this video clip, they start talking about how Ron DeSantis, and they'll explain it better. And yes, AJ, how the hell is it on the brink of a collapse? This guy was just ranting and raving. Everybody knows this, that they're getting the most people transitioning to this state.
He thinks that he's talking about California. He's confused with Newsom.
Oh yeah, he's
Why is this
absolutely 100%.
jackass even talking? This is stupid.
Because this is all she was able to grab.
Wait, it's not even executive leadership. He is simply, all he has to do now is open up his arms
at her.
and
Her
receive
hair's falling off the
federal
back
money.
of her head.
Let's just be
Look
clear.
at that.
There's the executive leadership. We heard Russell Honore yesterday say, read the script. Other than that, he's got his person that's in charge of disaster recovery will do that. As you said, this is going to become a federal issue. Those of you who have not lived in Florida don't understand. A lot of people buy their homes, they get hurricane insurance. Hurricane insurance is not flood insurance. This was not a windy storm. This was a rainy storm. This was a floody storm. You have a lot of stagnant water that is destroying property right now. People are going to have to go to FEMA. People are going to have to go to the feds for that money. And when Ron DeSantis was in Congress, and you guys were in Congress.
There we go.
When he was a Tea Party freshman, when New York and New Jersey faced the exact same tragedy, I mean, literally, the subways in New York were
Was it the exact same tragedy? The Hurricane Sandy? Was it the exact same? No. Here's the distinction. She's about to make it. She's about to make the distinction. Ready?
flooded. People could have drowned in the subway. When Ron DeSantis had the opportunity to make that decision and say, well, should the people of New York and New Jersey who were hit by a catastrophic hurricane, they weren't even used to. They're not even in Florida. They're not used to.
That's the difference. They're not used to hurricane-like weathers like this. So it's like, whoa. Is it the exact same storm? No, it's not. We didn't get hit with a Category 4. I should know. I lived here during that time. Did we have a storm surge? Yes. But immediately after the surge, the water retracted. There was not a single flood anywhere. Only places that had floods were like the underground areas, like the trains, certain parking lots that were underground, certain areas that had massive floodings. Now, where they really get hit was Brooklyn. You had Sheepshead Bay. You had all the outskirts in Long Island, all that stuff. What was the issue? The issue is should we send more money along with FEMA, along with the disaster fund? Should we send more money to New York and New Jersey? The answer is obviously no. Why would we send more money? I guarantee you right now, Kisha, DeSantis is not asking for extra allocation of money. He's just going to ask for the FEMA's help, which he has already, and he's going to ask for whatever disaster fund comes with this. Every state is allocated disaster funding.
It's funny how the New Yorker who was there during that time can explain it so well. Unlike the balding fool that was on TV.
Who's also in New York.
The
She
bald
lives in
eagle.
Brooklyn, apparently.
Yeah, the bald eagle, because she's extinct. That's why she looks like she look.
The point of the matter is here, folks, here's where Joy Reid misses the point is, yes, did Marco Rubio, did Ron DeSantis vote against sending extra funding to New York and New Jersey? Yes. Most states would have, even if they were a Democrat state, because they do not have the financial security to send the kind of money New York and New Jersey requires.
Okay.
It's a lot of money to go there.
Okay, stop. First of all, what the fuck does that have to do with Florida right now?
That's old.
That's a category 5.
You're saying that's an old conversation. Why we're bringing that
at
here
a category 5. What does that have to? So now, because he didn't do it when he was a Tea Party freshman in now we shouldn't send the money to Florida because of that. So now the Floridians should pay for something that DeSantis did when he wasn't there. Is that what her logic is in her statement that she just made?
Well, she's saying that
the bald eagle, because she's
he's saying that she's saying that this is a small limited government conservative. Now look, now he's going to be a big government Republican because he's going to be begging for the government to give him and bail him out in money here.
Who are they bailing out? Like this has got to be the most asinine conversation that I've ever heard in my entire life. He's not asking to be bailed out. I
haven't heard it once. I haven't heard it once. Yeah.
But they just had a Category 5 hurricane. What are we really asking right now? For the people to be able to rebuild? I don't think that's too much to ask.
Yeah, I haven't heard him once, Kisha, ask for a bailout. Now they're saying they're anticipating he is going to, or he's going to have to. He's going to have to cozy.
Be bailed out. Can someone explain that to me? What exactly is he asking to be bailed out? For the people to be able to receive what they need to hopefully get through this time in their life that's very difficult when you've lost everything. Like,
Well, to repair their houses, to repair the infrastructure.
Why don't they come down on the insurance companies who, when you have hurricane insurance, doesn't allow for you to have flooding. Like, obviously, if you have a hurricane and you live on the coast, the water is going to come in and there's going to be flooding. So why don't we come after the
What does she
insurance
say?
company?
It's a hurricane insurance, not a flooding insurance, not a
Yes,
water.
because
Yeah.
that's how it works. So this was a raining storm, not a windy storm. But the stupid bald bitch doesn't
Ah!
recognize that hurricanes are
Ah!
rain. Hurricanes are water. Hurricanes bring the ocean into and all the water in because of the way it moves. It's like a damn tsunami, you stupid bald fool.
I mean, it's clear, right? That water wouldn't have come in if there wasn't a
If there
hurricane.
was no hurricane, no one would have their whole living room underwater. So why are
And
we
how
not
much
addressing that with the
the
insurance companies?
and you said we were like 2 miles per hour just under a category 5. What
Yes.
and the insurance would have had to cover
Yes,
100%
so
of
at
the
a
damage.
category 5, if your insurance has to cover everything at 100%. So we're not gonna open up that Pandora's box and that doggone rabbit hole, but from the way I see it, and this is my opinion and my opinion only, and I'll state it because that's what I do best, is state my opinion. I believe that they didn't allow that to be a category 5 when it hit land because they didn't want the insurance companies to have to pay. There's a lot of money in Florida. You don't live on the coast of Florida for $100,000.
No. And we're going to talk about how now their government may be looking to apply aid. We're going to get into that in a moment. So check out Nancy Pelosi's comments that is now being
Oh,
ridiculed
Jesus.
in light of this hurricane or in light of the migrant transition. Here's what she had to say.
Go ahead.
The best
Oh,
thing
that
that we
hottie.
can do for our economy is to have comprehensive immigration reform. We have shortage of workers in our country, and you see even in Florida, some of the farmers and the growers saying, why are you shipping these immigrants up north? We need them to pick the crops down here.
Oh my goodness. Let a Republican say that. Let a Republican say that right now. Can you imagine if Donald Trump was to say something like that?
Well, he's racist, so he would.
Exactly. So you would and then but the whole establishment could he say so? Could he say such a thing? Like just a immediate reaction. The racism that comes out of the white supremacy posture. Look at the way he said such a thing. Like you could have all these migrants. What are they? Farmers? Automatically, you think they're farmers? They could be accountants that are crossing the border. They could be people who are just defecting to the facts. Hilarious.
Listen.
Can't fix stupid. That's
When
what I say.
when when you have the elite with money, they automatically assume that you're uneducated and all you can do is pick crops because you're a migrant. They have no idea that maybe this migrant went to medical school in their country. Like, they have no idea. They're just assuming because you're a migrant, you don't know any better and you're good enough to pick crops. I mean, you are worthy to pick our crops, you migrant.
Why send
The
them
ones
up
that
here
they
to
say that
Martha's Vineyard?
we didn't treat like humans. The ones that she is now thinking they're worthy of picking crops.
Instead of sending them up to Martha's Vineyard, you could have had them pick your crops,
Your
pick at
crops.
your farms.
Yes, and clean your toilets and whatever other jobs that you lazy Americans don't wanna do. They can do it for you. I'm just
Well, here's Marco Rubio
Oh,
talking
geez.
just recently about the disaster that occurred in Florida, the Hurricane Ian. Here's his response to
Okay.
how they would regroup.
So not for
Okay.
Florida. Their entire communities, Fort Myers Beach no longer exists. I mean, it'll have to be rebuilt. It'll be something different. It was a slice of old Florida that you can't recapture. Sanibel's basically flattened. And even the structures that are standing, I was with the Coast Guard 2 days ago as we went overhead on it. Even the structures that are standing have been damaged by water, are probably uninhabitable and will have to be raised. So, I mean, this is a character-altering event. It'll change the character and the nature of these communities. They'll be rebuilt, but you can't rebuild something that is a slice of old Florida and bring it back. It'll be something new, but it won't be the same, and that's the most heartbreaking part about it from an economic standpoint. Obviously, the human toll is still being calculated, and that has no price. It's extraordinary, and we fear that number will continue to rise.
So I believe the death toll is at what 58, Kisha? Kisha, I
Oh, it
think
was,
it is.
I saw this morning, it was like 68.
Ooh, it climbed. Okay.
Yeah, I just saw this morning.
and it appears that over 700,000 people are without power currently. And right now,
Oh,
DeSantis, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
87. 87.
87. So the death toll, folks, is up to 87 now in Florida as a result of Hurricane Ian. Excuse me, Ian. I keep saying Ian. As a result of that hurricane, they're still looking for people. They still have the search and rescue out. Uh, uh, Ron DeSantis is partnered up with Elon Musk and Starlink in sending out like
Yeah.
those what are those called? Those things that
Yeah.
fly, that hover.
Yeah, the
Um,
droids,
the drones.
yeah, and he also sent the packs that they can put down so people can have, like, service from his, like, internet, like, Wi-Fi and
Yes,
all
which is great
that.
because
Elon.
now you can connect your phone, you can call,
Yes.
"Hey, I'm
Yes.
over here in this area, can you send
Yes.
help?" So that's awesome that they're working together. Again,
Look at that.
not
Look at
calling
that.
on the federal government,
Look at
calling
that.
on people
Look at
who
that.
can provide solutions.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Elon Musk is worth how much? To the
Billions.
rescue. To the
Yeah.
rescue. So, where's Bezos at?
Oh, so where's Bill Gates at?
Yeah, where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they
Most
at?
of them got
Oh,
their vacation homes down there. They're not gonna tell y'all that. They're not
yeah.
gonna tell y'all that, but,
So everyone be hating on Elon, but Elon Musk, guess what he did? He didn't even have to flinch at it. He said, "Here, let me help you out. I got you. No
Mhm,
problem.
I
You
got
don't
you.
gotta it's good. I got you. I
Off
got
the
you.
arm. Off the
Yeah,
arm, I got
I
you.
got you. I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna miss it.
I'm not even gonna miss it. Yeah,
I'm not even gonna miss
facts.
it. Come on, Elon.
So they're also indicating that this is going to reflect bad on Rubio. This is going to reflect bad on DeSantis because they didn't take "quote unquote" necessary action in preparation for this storm. Didn't do a full evacuation, but only did partial, like certain areas,
But you
stuff
you
like that.
realize that even when you say a full evacuation, people don't leave.
Yeah, that's
People
their
still
home because
stay.
they. Yeah, exactly. This is what happened with
So,
Katrina. No one wanted to
yes.
leave.
Yes, so they say that as though that matters, right? But
Mhm.
people aren't gonna leave their home if they don't wanna leave. So, it seems to me common sense says a hurricane's coming, it's a big one. No one needs to tell you to evacuate. If you know you're near the flood line, if you know that there's a possibility that, your whole house could blow away like, the Wizard of Oz, you should leave. That's just, like, common sense, like, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna wait um, for, to see what the storm's gonna do. These things shift all the time. It's like a tornado. Like they tell you it's gonna come here, and then the next thing you know, it picks up touchdown somewhere else. So you just kind of have to be prepared. And it's not their first rodeo. So how do we blame the governor or anyone else for that matter that people didn't leave their homes? We don't need to tell you to leave. A hurricane's coming. Get out.
Yeah, some people just don't want to leave. Maybe they're just like, you know what, I'm not leaving my house, I'm not leaving my stuff, or
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe some people just like, you know
Some
what,
people
whatever
just like
happens,
to ride
happens.
it out. They like to ride it out, right? And maybe they've been in a hurricane before and they've done this before and it worked.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. But the fact is, we're blaming one human for hundreds and thousands of humans' actions.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
And turn around to say, okay, oh, now Ron DeSantis is going to be open hand and
Yeah.
begging for federal help. It's like, no, it's not him who needs it. It's the American
But that's
citizen,
his
the
job.
Floridian.
That's
Yeah.
his job as the governor of Florida, is to go to the federal government, and it is his job to ask for assistance for the Floridians, the people in which he governs in his state. That's his job.
And
That's what
I
he's
love
supposed
how
to
Joy
do.
Reid could have this posture because I remember a certain governor who was adamantly and diametrically opposed to a previous administration president who would speak loudly, hold press conferences during the time the White House would. I mean,
Yes,
totally troll. And that was Andrew Cuomo.
yes,
During the White House press conferences, that Andrew
yes,
Cuomo would host his,
yes,
speak over him, had more elaborate signs, and became America's governor all of a sudden, right? And spoke adamantly against what? Donald Trump's actions and steps and methods, to which what? He needed assistance, to which what? He needed a bailout. No one had that kind of criticism towards Andrew Cuomo in talking about, oh, now you need Trump to help you. And what did Donald Trump say? Says, I'm not going to bail you out for
no.
past misuse of funds because
Oh,
New York
okay,
historically has done that.
stop. Where is that fool Andrew at now? Oh, he's no
Having a
longer the
podcast.
governor.
He's starting a podcast.
Yeah, he's no longer the governor because
Yeah.
oh, why? He did all the things that they accused Trump of doing. Hmm.
Oh, that's right. Grab them by the you know what,
Yeah.
grabbing coworkers and doing
Mm.
all that stuff. That is a great point right there.
Funny how that works. Projection is a motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry.
Or as they would say, karma is you know,
Yatch.
which is what Joy Reid simply just said just the other day after the aftermath of this storm. Say, hey, how about that, DeSantis? And it's like, no, Joy, this ain't about him. This is about. All right, whatever.
Okay,
Uh,
you again. There you go again. There you go again.
trying to
Trying
make
to
sense of
explain.
stupid. Yeah.
Yes, you can't. You just have to let go. See, they're so immersed in their own bullshit that they
Mhm.
forget that there are actually people impacted and affected by an act of God.
They don't care because they got
Oh,
money,
did you
Keisha. What
see,
do
like,
they care about?
Epcot had some damage done to it? Did you see that? Walt Disney World?
Oh, oh, Epcot. Oh,
Right. I thought that was great. Guy was, like, saying, "Ha I got you.
yeah.
Watch this. I'm about to take you out. Stupid." I wish that
Well,
would've got washed away, drowned, and flooded and all the way into the ocean, but, I mean, that's neither here nor there.
considering that they live around one of the most poorest communities, and they
Yes.
do not help that area at all. One
At
inkling,
all. At
not one
all.
dime. All
Not
right,
one bit.
here's Ron DeSantis now having to face criticism, the first of many. I tell you that much right now, folks. That Ron DeSantis is going to get a lot of heat from the left. We all know it, and he knows it. And this is how he handled this conversation right here on CNN.
Why do you stand behind Lee County's decision to not have that mandatory evacuation until the day before the storm?
Well, where was your industry station when the storm hit? Were you guys in Lee County? No, you were in Tampa. So that's, they were following the weather track, and they had to make decisions based on that. But, 72 hours, they weren't even in the cone. 48 hours, they were on the periphery. So you got to make the decisions the best you can. I will say, they delivered the message to people. They had shelters open. Everybody had adequate opportunity to at least get to a shelter within the county. But, a lot of the residents did not want to do that. I think probably for various reasons. Some people just don't want to leave their home, period. They're island people, whatever. But I think part of it was so much attention was paid to Tampa that I think a lot of them probably thought that they wouldn't get the worst of it. So, but they did. And I think it's easy to second guess them, but they were ready for the whole time and made that call when
It's always easy to second guess a Monday morning quarterback, right, Keisha?
That part.
Right? So these people, they'll sit there and be like, well, why didn't you do X, Y, Z? Why didn't you assist in doing a full evacuation? Why did you stick to your guns? Why do you support the decision you made initially? See, he's already getting the wave of criticism rather than, can you explain what this means to the people? Could you explain how you guys are coming together? No, let's criticize, let's open. Now let's take this opportunity to criticize. And I'm telling you right now, Keisha, I'm telling everybody, folks, Floridians won't forget this. Telling you right now.
Okay, go ahead. Good plan. I wanna hear what I wanna get
justifiable
your
to do so.
Some of their neighboring counties, though, did have mandatory evacuations before Tuesday.
There it is.
Right, but our neighboring, if you look at Tuesday morning, they had moved the track down model, started showing it going to like Sarasota, so so they did that. I was in Sarasota that day with them when they were expanding some of their evacuations. Charlotte, I think, did the same thing either Monday night or Tuesday morning. But don't forget Sunday, 11 a.m. advisory, it was going to go to Taylor County in North Florida. And so, at some point you got to look to see kind of where this thing is going. So, yeah, no, I think I think that it's easy to say in hindsight, we had most of our supply station in the Tampa Bay area. As that track moved, we shifted our response further south as well. Now, we said there would be impacts for sure, and even when it was going to hit North Florida, it's such a big storm, there was going to be impacts in southwest Florida as well. But the difference.
And here's my thing is why don't we get the questions? You're on the ground. This reporter should be asking questions like, hey, what's the damage? What are we looking at right now? Getting that account. No, let's Monday morning quarterback this
Oh,
this
oh, no,
governor.
no. No, 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 no. Stop. How about we ask, where can people help? How can people help?
That
Where can people donate food? Where can we send water? Let the
come on
people
now.
that are on the outside know how they can help the people that are directly and most directly impacted. No, instead, we're going to talk about how we didn't evacuate enough people. I'm not going to lie to you right now. The numbers are a lot lower than I thought they would be.
That's right.
considering how fast that thing moved and how fast the water rose. I thought it would be worse. So I'm thankful that there's not as many tragic lives lost and that it's only buildings and cars and homes that were destroyed. That's what I'm thankful for because those are things. Who cares about the things? But the fact of the matter is that this stupid bitch is sitting there with her bad wig
Mm.
questioning the governor. No, no, I said it. Questioning the governor about why they didn't do this or why they didn't do that. Oh, I don't know because we can't predict it. It wasn't like we had a string and we were pulling it. Hey, 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 hurricane. Okay, wait. We only evacuated these cities. So, like a kite flying it saying, come over here. Oh, wait. You can't go right there. Wait. Turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left. No. They weren't doing that. They weren't driving. They weren't sitting there like this, driving the hurricane. Okay. They did the
I'm
best
sorry. I'm sorry.
information.
You're not gonna get away with that easy. I just like I said, every show, I never know what is gonna come out of Keisha's mouth. She said the girl with the bad wig. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait a second. I didn't even know she had a wig. I need to pull up this clip again.
How could you not tell?
I need to pull up this
It's like
clip
sticking.
again.
Wait, it's like sticking out like this, like Pippi Longstocking.
No, you didn't. No,
It's like
you
straw.
didn't.
It's like straw sitting
Oh
on top
my
of her
god.
head
And
like
of
that.
course
What is
AJ's
that?
here to chime in. Of course, with the bad wig comment, AJ's there. I could not, I wasn't even paying attention the whole time I was preparing for this show. I sometimes was like, okay, Keisha could go this angle, she can go this route. I don't know. Bad wig was not on the top of my mind with that one.
I mean, if you gonna wear one, make sure it moves, it flows. Like
Oh
when you do
boy.
like this, it should look like hair. See how hair
It's rough
moves?
down there. It's rough down there,
No,
Keisha.
man,
Like
hair moves. You need to make sure that your hair is moving. Hair moves. I'm
well,
sorry.
here's DeSantis' continued coverage on being able to restore some power because the help of 42,000 linemen have arrived. It would be nice if I had the volume up, right? Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we
audio.
go.
There we go.
The effects of this are going to be broad, and we appreciate the Biden administration's consideration for the people of Florida during this time of need. When I was in Lake City, you had massive numbers of linemen, but you have those staged all over the state. There's now over 42,000 linemen and other personnel ready to restore power in 30 different areas across the state. And those linemen and other associated personnel hail from, of course, many from Florida, but from 27 different states. Of course, our Department of Transportation does have 1,200 personnel on standby to perform cut and toss operations, understanding.
So the first thing he did, I don't know if you guys noticed, he thanked the Biden administration. This is where you put rhetoric aside and you put people ahead of that. You say, thank you, Biden administration, for working with us on this, and then moves on to the 42,000 linemen and how they were able to restore thousands of people's power right now. He is working on it. He is on the grind. His sleeves are rolled up. He's not playing around. So this
Okay,
is
so
a
you have to
guy
say
who's not
this.
going to sit there and beg for help. He's going to figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, and not only that, I think that people need to understand that there are people currently still without running water. They have
That's
power,
right.
but they have no running water.
That's right.
And those are the people that weren't even hit as hard because, I talk to Ant every day. He texts me every morning because he knows I'd be worried and I'd like to check in.
And
See what's going
how's
on.
Ant doing right now? How's he doing?
He's physically he's good. Emotionally, he's a wreck because obviously there's so much devastation. No one's future is certain right now. And
Mhm.
they have power, but they had no running water. So like imagine you could turn the AC on, thank God, because you can't wash your bottom. You see what I'm
Wow.
saying? So because there's no running water and they're using lake water to like flush their toilets and things like that, So I don't think people really understand what these people are really dealing with in these moments. And not only that, you're trying to get in your community, you're trying to help people who are worse off than you are. You're trying to make sure people have water and food and diapers and all kinds of things. And we have these idiots on TV talking about a Republican governor.
This is the reverse effect of what rhetoric does to a catastrophe. When Hurricane Katrina happened, you had people like Kanye West when he went out with his antics to say what he said, and oh, he doesn't care because Bush don't care about black people. That literally changed the course of the direction of how now the country could come together to help. It became now a criticism and looking into, oh, why didn't they fix the levees? Why don't we focus on who needs to be helped? To this day, those people have not been helped. To
Nope.
this day, those people lost their houses. To this day, even though they've rebuilt, they're still ostracized and put on the outskirts of things. And it boggles my mind, Keisha, that when we involve rhetoric, everything else gets the back burner. When we really need to focus on the most important things, and that's the people who are affected.
Well, because the reason why is it's almost November, and they
Ah,
recognize that. So it's not about the people. It's about let's make everyone that we think is a threat to us look bad.
right.
That's all this is. You see what I'm saying?
hmm
And ultimately, he should have already been there. Biden should have already been there.
Right.
So you're letting us know as the American people how you conduct business, right? So a
hmm
good businessman doesn't care about anything that's personal. It's not personal, it's business. We can see now our administration holds grudges and it's personal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what AJ said here in the comments.
Yes.
It's just that when the rhetoric starts to get in, everything else gets put to the back burner. We're talking about thousands of people that weren't helped because now we have to worry about the rhetoric or the criticism or now the back and forth political jostling for position and now making things expedient just because the Democrats weren't worried about the levy, the Republicans weren't worried about the levy and Katrina. It just happened and it is what it is. Now, how do we help and deal with that situation going forward? Now, again, Kanye West wasn't a politician at the time. So I do agree with that
He's
part of
still
what
not a politician.
well, I mean, in some regards, he had now he has more political sway because he did a fake run for president though. I
Okay,
mean,
but here's the thing about Kanye, and this is why I always tell people, say whatever you want, but that man will just say what's on his mind. He'll just speak it. So I never, ever, ever
and we need that. We need that,
yeah, we
honestly.
need more honesty in this world. We have so little of it, because we have the balding Joy Reid speaking nonsense. And just because I was talking about bad wigs, did you happen to see the video of the weather lady's wig that blew off in the hurricane?
No, get out of here. We gotta get that
I have the
later.
video. I have the
Okay.
video. Me and my mom laughed for at least 20 minutes about it.
I need
Like,
to see that, but right before we get there, while we all laugh,
okay.
yes, we do, and yes, Bush, excuse me, wasn't on the ground for the Katrina incident and needed to be, and that was a shame. Shame on him. So let's get back to Governor DeSantis in his. He was faced with a question here. What does it look like when Trump? Oh, excuse me, I keep saying Trump. When Biden shows up to Florida, here's what he had to say to that. Oh, it'd be helpful if I had the
You're
actual sound.
slacking.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
I just sent the TikTok in our group.
Frequent conversation with
You
the
and
White House
AJ.
during this devastating time for Florida. What does it look like when the president comes to town? What's your plan?
I don't know if he's announced he's coming or not. I know that the FEMA administrator, she will be here tomorrow, if not today. And so we'll be working. I don't know if she's planning on traveling with us on all our itinerary, but she's welcome to do that. We are going to be back down in Southwest Florida, but we're also working to see other impacted areas throughout the state to go and potentially visit, meet with folks and see what they need.
No, Biden's not going to Florida just yet. Where Biden's going is going to Puerto Rico first because they were hit by a hurricane 2 weeks ago. So we give it about 2 weeks before he hits Florida, and Florida should be okay by.
But
So go to Puerto Rico. Go handle it over there, Jojo, and we'll be all right over here in Florida, pretty much.
yeah, I
Yeah,
sent the
so-
I sent the video too, just so you know, in our group chat with AJ.
Of what exactly?
Of the video of the lady's wig blowing off.
I can't take it with you. I really can't take it with you.
No, I serious. You gotta play it. It's a great laugh. Me and my mom laughed for like 20 minutes because we're
But you
like,
could
"What-
also
what-
you could also share it right in here if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I could, but I don't know, like on this computer. Anyways, I sent it to you. But anyway, so check this out.
Did
So
you send it on the Discord?
no, I sent it in our group chat, our group text.
Just send it to
It's
me on
ours.
Discord so I could put it on. So I can put it on
Okay,
the. Yep.
okay, I'll send it there. But anyways, so I was gonna say that the thing is, Biden may be going there right now. Maybe isn't the best. I mean, he didn't go to Kentucky right away. Like he's slow to move with everything. But I'm gonna say this: he better land Air Force One in Florida.
Damn right, he better.
He
And he better
better
do it
land
soon. He better do
Air
it soon.
Force One in Florida, because if not, I'm gonna hold a whole TikTok live calling in all of these Joe Biden dick suckers and be like, "What's up with your boy not landing in Florida?"
How diplomatic of you.
Was that not appropriate? What I just said?
No, that's great.
I mean, that was a statement of fact.
It is actually. It is.
I mean, it's a statement of fact. So like, I'm confused on what I did wrong.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. You just got the Monday going here on the Morning Fix. We're doing great. Here's Kamala Hala, the laughing hyena, what she has to say about dispersing funding and federal aid during this time. Check this out.
Here we go.
That America's leadership sets an example to other major economies around the world.
Oh, come on. I had a good streak going without any ads.
Truly
Oh my God.
dragging their
I'm gonna
feet
give
when
you my
it comes
login.
to doing their
Premium.
bit. So, can you talk just a little bit about the relief efforts, obviously, of Hurricane Ian and what the administration has been doing to address the climate crisis in the States? And just a little follow-up, because this is important to me. We consider the global implications of emissions, right? The poorest countries are affected the most. They contribute the least and are affected the most. So how should voters in the US feel about the administration's long-term goals when it comes to being an international influencer on this topic?
Oh, come on.
Corporate initiative. Heavy on balloons.
2 in a row.
Light on accountability.
What a disaster.
At Vital Farms, we believe in full accountability. Balloons, maybe on our birthday. Vital Farms, keeping it.
I'm gonna give
free.
you premium.
I'm gonna unpack.
Wait, premium doesn't have ads?
No. YouTube?
Wow, I didn't even know that. All right.
Yeah.
Like packed and loaded questions, because I've been given a little bit of time.
First of all, again, thanks to the leadership in this room, which were part of the propelling force in the 2020 election.
Oh God.
So that we could actually be in office, because one of the requests, dare I say, demands of this group was do something about the climate crisis. And so we were able to be elected. Thank you, everyone here. And then have the, and
Narcissist.
have then $370 billion.
Why is she so? Here's my question I want to dive into before she says the dumb statement. Why is she so nervous? Like, why is she so? I remember as a senator,
she's
she was
lying.
like a gunslinger. She was a gunslinger.
She's lying because she recognizes that she's trash, and there's no way to hide behind anything. You're the VP of the United States of America, and look at her neck. She's already aging. She's garbage. Like, why are we talking about? She just asked about this one question, and this stupid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 went all the way back to the 2020 election to thank the people for voting for them. Who gives a damn, bitch? Answer the question. See, I can't. You know what?
I think that it's one thing to be a senator. You don't have the entire U.S. on your eyeballs on you. In fact, probably almost the entire world on you. She feels the pressure, and this is a sort of a trial run of what it would look like, Kisha. What you've always said, a president as a woman. And I think she's feeling the weight of that. She's feeling the pressure of that. And she's stuttering her words a lot. She's laughing a lot. Yeah.
She's wearing it. Look at how much she's aged already. Look at her neck. Look at her face. Look how she's already aged in these few years because she's incompetent.
Yeah, I think
Women cannot
everybody.
handle the
All right,
pressure.
I'll get premium, guys. I'll get it. Okay, I got it.
Macho, we already have premium, dude. I got you. Don't even worry
All right.
about it. Come on, let's go.
But my whole thing is you're 100% right. You spot on. You are spot on. She is aged already. She's not even 4 years into this job, and imagine her at the top seat.
Yeah.
She should be outshining with her age, her sharpness. And I never agreed with her, but she was sharp, right? She was a gunsling coming out of California, right? Just spewing things at the former president, saying a lot of things to Brett Kavanaugh, pumping up her chest, had all those questions that she was saying at the Senate hearing. But where is she at? Where's that same gall, that gusto, that stature? She seems to be cowardly in a sense, like and stuttering and not
That's because
simplifying
she's been put in her
strength.
place. That's because she's been put in her place. That's why.
Ooh,
So
you think she was
so
put in her place by a man?
that part.
Mm.
So so she's been put in her place. So like when you're a senator, when you're, a DA, when you're a prosecutor, when you're your own individual space, right?
Mhm.
You can be what you want to be, but now you're just the VP. And guess
And
what?
there you
With
go.
that comes restriction. With that comes control. With that
Well,
comes, no, this is what we're going to tell you what you will do and what you won't do and what you will
mhm.
say and what you won't say. So, what we're seeing right now is the true her. She lacks the ability to conform, she lacks the ability to fall in place. All she is a wild hyena hackling in the wilderness. She has no control. She has no coup. She has nothing. So we're seeing the real her. So when you have to be like in a space like this, when you have to be in the cage, when you have to perform at the zoo, she doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't know how to
Mhm.
do it. She's just wild, right? So when you try to bring her in and you try to say, "Hey, listen, we want you to sit right here, right? And we want you to perform." She doesn't know how to perform because she's used to just being like, "That's her. That's her."
Well, here's the proverbial thing that we've always said as an athlete when I played, when people would criticize the way I played, or when people would sit down and criticize the way people play, and the athlete will turn around and say, "Well, just go ahead, put the uniform on, play it." It's
Yeah.
one thing to sit there and commentate and shout and scream from afar of what Donald Trump was doing. And
Mhm.
now here you are as the vice president. You can't even handle the second highest chair in the land,
Mhm.
let alone the highest chair is being handled by a dummy. I mean, she should be outshining this guy. It's
Yeah.
unreal of what's going on. A little bit more of that snippet of the stupidity that she said.
In the Inflation Reduction Act dedicated to address the climate crisis.
Oh my
Not
God.
only because it is a crisis, as evidenced, as you've mentioned,
See how
by
she holds her
Ian,
hand like
by
she's
the
stroking
wildfires
someone?
happening
Oh
in
God.
California, the floods, the hurricanes, but also because of America's leadership and what it should be globally on this issue. And so that has happened, and it will propel a lot of good work. The crisis is real and the clock is ticking, and the urgency with which we must act is without any question. And the way that we think of it and the way I think of it is both in terms of the human toll, and I know we are all thinking about the families in Florida, in Puerto Rico, with Fiona, and what we need to do to help them in terms of an immediate response and aid, but also what we need to do to help restore communities and build communities back up in a way that they can be resilient, not to mention adapt to these extreme weather conditions, which are part of the future. On the point that you made about disparities, when I was district attorney of San Francisco, I was elected in 2003. I started one of the first
Yeah, because we don't know.
environmental justice units of any DA's office in the country focused on this issue, and in particular on the disparities, as you have described rightly,
Yeah,
which
you wrote
is
bills to put black
that
people in jail.
it is our
That part.
lowest income communities and our communities of color
Uh-huh.
that are most
Lock 'em up.
impacted by these extreme conditions and impacted by issues that are not of their own making. And so
women.
And women, and women,
so
Kisha,
we
and
have to
women.
address
Yes,
this
yes.
in a way that is about giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place.
Yeah, you would know,
And if
bitch,
we
because
want
you're
people
rich.
to be in an equal place, sometimes we have to take into account those disparities.
You have a home that I pay for.
And
Everyone starts at the same place. Thomas Sowell argued this tooth and nail. We all are born poor and pretty much illiterate, and we all have to grow into that. So whether your family's money now grows you is a different conversation, but we all start from the same place. So this whole argument and notion that we all don't start in the same place, that oh, this baby now has $1 million diaper and this baby has a $2 diaper. No, they're both wearing the same damn diaper. They both have to go through the same damn stages.
You know what's interesting?
At any case. Yep.
You know what's interesting about this really quickly?
Mhm.
That just hit me in my forehead?
Uh-oh.
Is that the problem with her is she can only speak about things that she's rehearsed. So when she's asked a question off the cuff, she can never answer the question. She doesn't have critical thinking. That's what made her a good lawyer. Because everything was law, right? So you just recite the law. You just say, case, Smith versus Smith, Supreme Court, blah, blah, blah. You just cite the case. You write these things based on. She doesn't have the ability to free think. That's why she never answers the question.
She can't go off if she goes off the cuff, then you have what she
Yeah.
said in
That's
freaking
why she was so good
our
in the
great
wild.
alliance with North Korea. What? What are you
Yes.
talking about?
But
Or
that's why she was so good in the wild, right? Because in the wild, her environment was controlled by her. In her cage, her environment is controlled by others, and she can't do it. That's why
Yeah.
she talks in circles. It's
This is
pretty sad.
And can you explain, Keisha, what the hell does it mean that we now have to apply aid equitably? Like now we have to think of the poor first before we help out the rich. And by their logic, and this is me, and everyone could correct me if I'm wrong here, but the poor, if they're poor, they got nothing. What the hell did they lose in an event like Hurricane Ian? Right? That's all I'm saying. They had the least to lose, while the people who had established 20 plus years of a house, a car, a boat, all these kinds of things, maybe even a private business and for a building or something like that, and they have so much damage, they have the most to lose. While now, if we're talking about equitable, you are now deliberated and thinking inequitable. You're
Oh.
not thinking equally.
Oh my God, one more time for the people in the back. Did you hear that?
That's
If you're
nuggets for this
poor,
morning.
if you're poor, you have nothing. You have lost nothing.
Right.
Whoa. What? Come on now, macho. One more time for those idiots. Maybe we should write that down and send it to her and let her know, dummy, from the common folks in the gallery. We just want to let you know when you're poor, you have nothing.
By
When
your
you're poor-
logic.
Yeah, when you're poor, you have lost nothing. You owned no home. You owned no car. You lost your tent. It got washed away. Like, what did you lose exactly? Dummy.
Right.
She's so stupid.
That's what I'm saying. And of course, that sounds insensitive, but by your lot, you don't want to speak on these things because now this stuff has to get revealed. It gets okay. Now let's go down the list. Okay. What was how much was the house that you owned? Oh, I didn't own a house. Okay. Hold on one second. Let's go down to the next one. How much was the car that you owned? I didn't own a car. So we applying aid just because you're poor. Just because you're poor. Isn't that welfare?
Yes.
So wait, that's not
Brett Favre took that.
Brett Favre took that. We'll be covering that. By the way, folks, we'll be covering that tomorrow. The whole Brett Favre and also what they're not telling you. We're going to be covering tomorrow. What they're not telling. For some reason, Kisha and I, we were getting prepared for this week. And I was just like, why aren't they talking to us about this huge scandal that's going on in Minnesota? So be sure to tune in tomorrow because it's going to be a doozy. And here is that video clip that Kisha wanted for me to show of the wig falling off. Let's check that out. It's completely off. Yo, that joint is completely off. And she's just like, whatever. She's like, all right, whatever. Yo, are you Wait, hold on. Let me. Oh, look at it. Look. She has the hat, the hair, and then it just. Oh, is this still in there? Is this still in the hat? Did she have it pinned in the hat? She did a botched job this morning trying to get it together. Wow. That's just bad. That's just. Oh! We're going to need to collect ourselves. We'll be back with the sports hour right after this, folks. Holy smokes. All right, folks, it's Macho here on the Morning Fix, and a happy Monday to everybody. It is 11:13 Eastern Standard Time here in New York City, 10/3/2022, 52 degrees here in New York City. And of course, we're going to fix this merch commercial soon. But until then, I want to remind everyone that the Morning Fix merch is out right now. Go to ajsrentroom.com. Cop you a t-shirt and a mug so you can join the Morning Fix Nation, Morning Fix Army, Morning Fix Group, whatever you want to call us. We are here, and courtesy to AJ's Rant Room for helping us being able to achieve that success. Before we get into Sports Hour, we're going to dive in a bit different today and just kind of like see where it takes us. But there's a great clip here on TikTok that is going to give us a lot of laughs, but also give us a good commentary of the game between Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. But let's get that graphic of Sports Hour out now.
This game had me absolutely flummoxed. Ravens got a pregame speech from Carmelo Anthony. You know what Melo said, but behind them glasses, you can see that Henny kicking in. Whatever Melo said was definitely kicking in because the Ravens started this game off crazy. I'm gonna pay attention to the cleats. It looked like they had on black forces the way they was out here acting in this first half. Josh Allen simply did not agree with the coin toss at the beginning. He decided the Ravens deserved the ball first. Threw the ball right to him. And the Ravens answered immediately with a touchdown by Josh Dobbins. And what do you know, immediately after they said they're gonna hit him with another one. And look who it is, Josh Dobbins again. Bill started started off this game pretty ass. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't seen a Bill this ass since I went to a strip club. This right here, one of the most magical plays I think we ever gonna see this season. Like when the cartoon character began jumping, he just sneak out of the pile unscathed. Everybody else still fighting. But look at this shit. I still can't even tell what's going on. But take a second and look at this shit right here, though. Look at this absolute elusiveness. This shit is unethical. It was unorthodox. Last time I seen a man from Baltimore that elusive it was a crackhead running away from the police. And the focus to be able to catch this pass with all this tomfoolery going on was absolutely elite. It was going 20-3 right before half, but Josh Allen said, "I got the answer." Josh Allen went in that locker room, drunk 3 PBRs, and chewed on a piece of straw and said, "I got this." He said, "Just let me handle this shit. I got it. I'm white Jesus." Ain't gonna lie, trying to tackle Josh Allen low key gotta feel like trying to tackle a track hawk. Josh Allen running at you full.
He said he drunk 3 PBRs and chewed on a
straw.
I can't.
Speed gotta look like staring down a special beam cannon. That shit gotta do something to you. Lamar Jackson saw Josh Allen running the ball and felt some type of way. He said he had to do something about it. Last time I seen a Jackson run like this was actually Jackson Mahomes last season when he was running his brother's popularity into the ground. It's the Ravens are talking about it. 2 good things can happen in a row. Then goal, and instead of kicking the field goal, they decide to go for it, and Lamar Jackson absolutely throws it directly to the other team. Look at him right here, absolutely pissed off. Bro kind of look like a beagle. Bro look like a pug with ASAP Rocky braids. The way that interception leads.
He said he looked like a beagle. He looked like ASAP. He looked like a pug with ASAP Rocky braids. I can't with this guy.
He's directly to a game-winning field goal by the Buffalo Bills. The Ravens absolutely shot the bucket this game. I'm talking about the Ravens absolutely shot the bucket. I don't know what happened. They probably should have called Melo before the fourth started, but check on We Hoop and make sure he good.
So this was a great commentary right here and a great new highlight reel for that game. AJ had a thing or two to say about this game, and I didn't even realize how bad the Bills opened up. But again, this is reminding me of the way not only the Bills, how they've played, but they've been consistent, but how inconsistent the Ravens have been, Kisha, in starting out. They did this against the Dolphins, and again, we see it here against the Bills. They start out strong and then don't finish. Is that the moral of the story with the
Ravens?
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens? Yeah.
Well, that's because Lamar Jackson is overrated.
Oh, 100%.
So
I think so.
When you put that when you hype up, really something that is just average in the grand scheme of things, he looks good depending on which team he's playing, right? So he looks more like a rock star based on who he's playing, but he's easy to figure out. He's easy to read, and every single time he cannot deliver in the clutch. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
I don't know if it's about that time of the game, because I've seen him like
Maybe
even
he's tired
doing that.
by the
Even that,
second
yeah,
half.
maybe he's tired, or maybe he's not reading correctly. Again, good quarterbacks, despite them being tired, know what to do when. Right, they have the backup plans. Like they go, they're doing the Omahas, they're doing the,
What are you talking about? Reading? That's his job.
I have not seen Lamar Jackson been able to read a defense since he got in the league. The guy can't read a defense.
Well, we know that.
I'll tell you this much. I'll give him an edge over Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray can't read a defense to save his life.
Well,
I don't know how he got
Murray
in the NFL.
can't read.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
But
Okay,
not today, saying not today.
I'll take that.
I'm surprised by the outcome of this game right here. What the hell happened?
Can I just say this really quickly? Is that Macho looks at Nikes all the time?
Oh my! With the ads,
They're
the free
always
runs.
Nike ads. Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I have Jordans. I have a whole bunch of sneakers.
I know. I see them in your ad collection every time you post a screenshot.
All right, so let's look at this game right here. Aside from my fetish of nice sneakers, I'm not nowhere near as Prince. By the way, Prince's collection, I got nothing on that.
I know he's not even here this morning.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so Teddy Bridgewater had to come into this game, and he did a fantastic job, even despite the fact that Tua had to leave. Now, in this game right here is where we see the nasty, vicious, not the hit, but the vicious reaction from a hit that Tua suffered because of the fact that the league was irresponsible, in my opinion. Forget the doctor they fired. I don't care about the doctor they fired, because that's just PR.
Yes.
They were irresponsible, the entire league, because there needs to be accountability measures. The
Yes.
coach are really pretty good. He said, we rely on the doctors. Now, here's the problem that I had with the coach. The coach goes, oh, when I looked over him, I knew he was concussed. Shut up. You're not a doctor. Shut up. What are you doing saying I knew he was concussed? And this will cause damage to other coaches out there because now they're going to start saying, well, this coach knew he was concussed. Why you
Yes.
know?
Yes. Here's the problem.
Mhm.
Here's the problem. These players also need to stop playing when they know
Well, here's the
they're
thing,
off.
Kisha. If they don't play, they don't get paid. That's the thing in their
So
head.
if you're dead, you don't get paid either. If
Yeah,
you're a
neither does it.
vegetable, you don't get paid either. If you never return to the field, homie, you're not gonna get played. You're not gonna get paid either. So
There it
ultimately, at the
is.
end of the day, are you trying to have a long career or are you trying to have a short career and you're trying to make the most amount of money in that short career? Because I can tell you right now, the way his fingers were contorted and everything
Yep.
else, his mama should be out there talking about, "You're done. Checkmate. Sorry, son."
Oh,
What's
uh,
going on right now?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's when you
yeah.
do one of
His
those. You
mama
see
should have
one of
been
those
running
with
down out
mom.
the stand onto the sideline saying, son, you're done. Come on, come out. You're done." See,
Yeah,
because my
we're gonna
kid would not be
retire
paying
now.
because there's no amount of money you can get paid to replace your life and the quality of your life. You're gonna be using all that money to take care of you because you're a vegetable. Like, what's going on right now? And the fact that
Exactly.
these players are more concerned about the money, that is also scary to me. So the whole system needs to be reevaluated. When he was stumbling all over the field, that should have been check one, and he should have automatically been like, "You got to sit out next week, homie. We just want to make sure you're good,"
And
because
that
that
happened
hit
on
wasn't that
Sunday.
hard.
That happened on Sunday. Now he got to play on a short week on Thursday. What the hell is that
Thursday.
man doing out there?
Yes. Not only that. If you look at the hit from Sunday, like he went down on his own, right? So he like stumbled back and then like hit his head, right? Wasn't like he was hit hard. And he's stumbling all over. So that leads me to believe there was something else going on even prior to that Sunday, right?
Well, here it
Right?
is. Here it is. He's saying it's not on Tua, it's on the medical staff. See, because he's trying to get that payday. He's trying to get
Okay.
it.
I hear
I'm
you.
not.
No, I
Okay,
hear
go
you.
ahead.
And AJ's
Go
not
ahead.
wrong. I hear you. But who knows better than you how you feel? So even if a medical staff comes in and says, "You know what, you're cleared," right? They fired the doctor because he made all these mistakes or whatever, right? He needs to evaluate his own body. I promise you, when he stepped foot on that field on Thursday, he wasn't feeling 100% like himself. He
He probably
wasn't.
had nightmares. He probably was having all
Or
types of stuff going
yeah,
on.
he probably had something he was probably feeling a little off. You know, like when you're catching a cold and you're not quite 100%, you feel a little off, like, Oh, now he's saying, let me in." No,
Well,
you know
I will
no,
say this.
hold on.
I
AJ
will
does
say
not
this.
get to come in. No, no, and no. You already sent the
I,
text message.
I will say this, that
Well,
if he doesn't play, now let's play with this. Let's go with what AJ said. If he doesn't play, if he says, "Hey coach, I'm feeling XYZ, something's not right," would the franchise hold it against him? Let's play with that.
who cares?
No, I'm just saying. I know I know where you stand, but I'm saying I don't think the franchise will hold it against him because he is the future of this
Franchise.
franchise.
Yes.
So
Yes,
they're
I
gonna
agree.
look at him and go,
EJ.
absolutely, Tua, take this week off.
Let your
You took
crybaby
in.
friend in. Where's he at?
Uh
Is he in the queue or
he's not in the queue. I mean,
where you
he's
at,
just
AJ? You
he's
calling? What are
laughing.
you
He's
doing?
trying to get at you. He's trying. All right, so that's my whole thing is this is not just on the doctors. This is the entire league. There should
Yeah.
have been calls coming from afar. The league has also people looking at this. They're not just doctors on the field, but they're also people watching these games,
Yes.
analyzing these games from afar because they have different accountability layers. Guys, the NFL lost big when it came down to CTE. They lost big when it came
Yes.
down to concussion protocol. We're talking about a large amount of money. So they are not going to have this happen again. So
Yes.
here's what they're going to do. They're going to have guys on the field. They're gonna have their paramedics. They're gonna have their doctors. They're gonna have people there. They're gonna have people watching the videos. They're gonna be analyzing these games afterwards. That's what goes on to this. That's how they avoid legal liability. The league was irresponsible with this because why? They turn around and they go, well, Tua said he's good. Well,
Yes.
Tua came to the facility on Monday. He looked good. He was pop. You saw the way he was zipping that throw? He looked good. No, I'm not taking that because right now we're not having another Lawrence Taylor or the gentleman that died, DT,
Yes.
Darius Thomas. We're not going to have another. And Lawrence Taylor is still alive. He's still with us by the grace of God. But there's some CTE issues going on with Lawrence Taylor. We all know it. We see it. Just look at the man's eyes. He's not all the way there. And he wasn't all the way there before coming into the league. If you guys want to know about Lawrence Taylor, he's a wild boy. All right. So this game right here, does this outcome surprise you?
No.
Why not?
Their name is the Commanders.
Yeah, the starters. You know, by the way, speaking of the Commanders, and I don't want to talk about this team because they swept my baseball team and they're probably going to win the division and we're made the playoffs. The Mets finally made the playoffs. It is what it is. We're not going to win the pennant. We're not going to win the division. That's fine. Good. But the Atlanta Braves have suspended the distribution of the axe. You know, the axe that they wear on their chest. They do not sell the axe anymore, and you're not allowed to bring it to the ballpark.
Dumb.
Okay?
Dumb.
Which is so they were hinting at maybe changing the team's name, and I tell you right now, not a single fan supported it. Not a single fan. No one wants to change the Braves. This is a historic team. We're talking about historic.
Okay, not only is it historic, but when they're in the thing.
Right.
Even if you're not a fan, you know this.
And they do the noise. Oh, I wish I could do it. I'll find the video.
Yes.
The Atlanta Braves. What is it? What would we call that? The chop. Atlanta chop.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know this. Even if you're not a fan, you know it when you see it and you hear it. So it is what it is, and they're dumb. Why are we changing it now? So, anyways.
All right, so I have a video here to show everybody really quickly of what.
How did the Cowgirls win? It's so depressing.
I don't know how they won, but I'm just thinking about the comment you made about the Commanders.
Yeah.
So they also encouraged the fans to stop doing the Atlanta chop. Okay?
Cultural appropriation.
I'm not even lying to you. I'm not lying to you. They encouraged the fans to stop doing the chop. The fans wouldn't stop. The fans said, I do you one better. You know what the fans did? They got lights. You're not going to give us the axe? We'll use the lights. So the stadium now turns off. They turn off their lights.
Okay.
And all you see is the lights going up and down on the chop because the fans are not having it. They don't care. They didn't turn the lights off here, but they typically now. Yeah. So they're not allowed to have the axe anymore, but they can
That's what
still.
I'm talking about.
They're resilient. And this is what I want to say to everyone out there. Be resilient. If this is your team, be by their side. Stick to the traditions. I remember vividly as a kid seeing on Thanksgiving the Cowboys versus the Redskins. Redskins, I said it. And seeing an actual native out there on the field banging on the drums with his whole redskin or his attire. I remember this is like as a kid, and he had that nice little Apache feathers on there. It was really, it was dope. I loved it. Mm-hmm. And he was out there beating the drum, and everybody was loving it. Everybody was this, and now you got the Commanders. What a sellouts! Absolute sellouts. This is ridiculous to me. And this is what the fans look like. They're not gonna let go. They're gonna keep it on. They gave them lights. Now they're doing the freaking Atlanta chop. I don't like this team. I hate this team. I'm a Met fan. I'm a New York Met fan. Yes, I know. But hopefully we'll make some noise in the playoffs. Yeah. Anyways, the Commanders.
Let's do this for you right now.
Oh, don't do it! Don't play with me.
That's all you're gonna get. So go ahead. Let's move on.
Don't even do it to me. I don't want to hear any Mets criticism right now.
Okay.
I know for all my Braves fan out there, I know we're gonna probably
Okay.
see him again in the playoffs.
Let's do it.
Anyways, here's this game that we can, I guess we can throw a bone to AJ here and make him feel good today.
Oh,
The
God.
Seahawks. I am shocked that Geno Cheesesteaks was able to throw for 320 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who the hell is this man?
I'm so
Who the hell is this man?
irritated. I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated.
Granted, I want to let people know the Lions team is not great, but they don't have a bad. I wouldn't call them like the
But
worst defense in the league.
they've actually been playing decent. And I thought for sure, because let's be clear, they came back on the Hawks. So you see this score 48-45. And I'm so disappointed. They had one damn job. I hate Detroit right now. Like, you're crap. You're trash. You had one
They
job to beat
historically
the
are bad.
stupid.
They're historically bad.
Yeah, but they had one job to beat the stupid Seahawks, and they couldn't even do that. How do you get that close and lose? Ugh.
How does Geno Cheesesteaks have a better QBR than Jared Goff? Let's just start there. I mean,
You know what? I mean, maybe he ate his Wheaties yesterday, and so
Oh,
it's
God.
hot to trot. I don't know. I mean, he had a good. He had like a few minutes of success. I wouldn't get excited. I wouldn't
Yeah.
get excited. We are talking about Geno.
All right, so I do want to cover some of my New York teams.
Let's do it.
Because I'm not going to be able to celebrate that often with the New York Jets.
And we
The
shouldn't
New
talk
York
about
Jets.
the Seahawks because AJ refused to grace us with his presence, so therefore we're moving on.
What?
Who cares? Who
happened?
cares what they won? Who cares?
Who cares? I want to play this video here because, again, like I said, the Jets nation, Jets fans are not going to have a lot of time to celebrate this year.
Let's do
And
it.
here's one to celebrate. Here's I guess how they were able to say the measure or like the style and charisma, how Zach Wilson handled the gritty. You know the gritty, right?
Yeah,
Keisha,
I'm
that
gonna
little
cheer with
dance.
you. I'm gonna cheer with you just because you're here. So go.
All
Jets.
right, here it is.
Rating white NFL player gritties as a professional gritty analysis. Zach Wilson with this gritty, really solid, 8 out of 10.
First off, he said as a professional gritty analysis. That's what got me right there. Anyways, Zach Wilson and the Jets had a trick play on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers look awful. And their defense is pretty good, not terrible, but their
They're
offense is
awful.
terrible.
They're awful.
And this is probably the worst team that Coach Tomlin, sadly enough, has to coach. He's such a great coach, and this is what they have to offer. Anyways, the Jets do a trick play where they did a handoff to another handoff to where Mr. Berrios, the wide receiver, threw a touchdown pass to Zach Wilson, and this is what it looked like.
Rating white NFL player gritties as a professional gritty analysis. Zach Wilson with this gritty, really solid, 8 out of 10. Definitely has some Cougar energy running through his veins. Mac Jones with this one.
Hey!
A lot of twisty turnies, 7 out of 10. This one, on the other hand, not that great. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Yeah, Matt Jones is out of the game and had to put in the backup of the backup quarterback to play for the Patriots. Yeah, to which the Patriots suffered another defeat. I don't think anyone is at all mourning today about the Patriots.
It
lack
feels
of
so
success.
good to watch them lose.
Oh, I love it. It's just
I
great.
know. It's just it's a wonderful feeling. It's like cheers.
I mean, I will give it up to Belichick. He's still the same whether he wins or he loses. So
Who
it is what it
cares?
is.
He's a loser.
So Zach Wilson threw for 200. This is his first game back, by the way, guys. Zach Wilson, 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Of course, I hate the interceptions, but at the very least, the kid is back. I don't like him as a quarterback. He's not the guy. I'm going to make that very clear. Once again, he is
He's
not
a
the
weak
guy.
quarterback.
Yeah, he's not the
weak.
guy.
Yeah,
But
he's
he looked
weak.
better than these two bums, Pickett and Trubisky. That's for sure. Tubbs. I call him Tubby.
Okay, but that's not hard.
I mean, yeah, what are we saying here? Comparing apples to oranges. Anyways, we're 2-2. I pegged the Jets for being 0-4 at this point. But
Okay.
yeah, here we go, 2-2. And now on to the Giants.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's look at the Giants real quick here. Giants and the Bears. Was a little surprised by this outcome. But then again, it is the Bears. They're not really that good. Justin Fields, I'm not sold on him. As you guys can see here, he's not throwing well.
No.
His QBR is 35, literally shy of terrible. I mean, if Tubbs is doing better than you, that tells me something about you. But here's Danny Jones, 92.3 QBR, 71 yards, and just miserable.
But
Absolutely miserable.
that particular game just showed just how weak both teams are.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, if you just look at total yards, the score, I mean, that was boring.
It really boils down to this guy right here. Saquon Barkley had a masterful game, 31 carries, 146 yards, and was just totally dominating the game. It was boring.
The
And
running
look who
back.
decided to show up. Look who decided to show up.
Oh my God.
Look at him waving. Look at him.
Why? Why is he even allowed in? He said he
He
wasn't.
can't help it. He can't help it. You know he misses us. He misses us.
I know.
That's just what it is.
That's unfortunate. It's emotional.
What do you want, Mr. AJ? What can we do for you?
Go ahead, finish. I don't want to interrupt the flow.
No, you've already interrupted it by showing up. Do you want to come talk about your
Well, I
Seahawks?
will say this. We can sit here. Oh, you can talk about your Seahawks.
Why is he
No,
here? What is he going to
great.
add?
That was great. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
Well, big congratulations to your Seahawks. I didn't think Geno's cheesesteaks was going to be this, this good, to be honest with you.
Why does he get a congratulations? Like, they did.
Because wait a minute. Hey,
Because
listen, your team
y'all
is
back. Y'all wrote him off, but he didn't write back.
He did not write back. He's actually telling us, why don't you hold my glass of champagne? I'll be
No,
back.
he's not. Man, you guys are deep. It's like week 4, and look how you guys are talking already. I mean, you acting like you won a Super Bowl. Be quiet.
I didn't peg him to win any games. That's how bad I was looking at it.
That's too much sun glare.
No.
you at, a
but just
stadium?
look at how beautiful and
I'm
clear
getting
your skin is.
Getting my car fixed.
Oh, he's getting his car fixed. Okay.
But anyway, but no, they have a little dog park here. No, whatever.
Oh, it looks
Anyway.
pretty nice.
Okay,
there.
you've been there before.
Yeah. See,
Yes,
look at you
I've
people
seen you
remember.
there. Yes, I've
Hey.
seen you there.
Oh.
Okay,
all
wait.
these
Oh,
gnats.
can you believe the Cardinals finally won? What's going on there?
Well, I again, if you look at the QBR of Kyler Murray, though, I mean, it's miserable. 2 touchdowns, 207 yards, 46 points, 46.1, 23 for 32. At some point, it's got to show. I mean, even Baker Mayfield looks terrible. Look at this guy.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker. His name is Baker.
Okay.
And by the way, does anybody know who the Jaguars' backup quarterback is? Another former Jet.
No.
That we drafted.
Who?
I don't care about his name. How about
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. Let's see here. Former quarterback of the New York Jets that went to Jacksonville was what's this guy's name? What was his
Who cares?
name here?
Moving on. Who cares?
No, I actually want to know. I forgot because I really wanted to write him off because I was so pissed off with him and I didn't understand why we even drafted him in the first place.
You've already
was
written
it,
him off. You can't even remember his name.
Right.
I did. I really had already written him off. Anyways, yeah. Geno Smith, they got Sam Darnold. It was Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was the
that's right. He is a Panther here for them.
He was supposed to be the starting quarterback of the Panthers and stick it to the Jets. And instead, look at him now. He's a backup bum to a bum. Look at that.
Bum-de bum bum.
What was the game that stood out to you guys, by the way, in yesterday's Sunday game?
Well, I watched. Me and AJ watched. We were going back and forth. What was it? The Bills. We watched that game, and then in the Seahawks. If you had to really think about it, that was actually football. Like we actually saw some football there. When you come back.
The Chiefs Bucks game was great. I don't know what the Harlem Globetrotters Patrick Mahomes was doing out there. I was like, what are these spins and just weird throws, you know? And then, you know, Brady,
Is
don't
old.
do this in vain, baby. You're gonna have to win, baby, because you sacrificed your family for this.
Damn
I'm
right.
gonna need you to go out here, and I mean, he didn't perform bad, but it wasn't great. You know, for the sacrifice you made. I mean, you pissed Giselle off. Come on. If you're gonna piss
Yeah, you gotta bring home a ring, baby. You gotta bring home a ring.
Right.
I
Just, you
mean,
know,
he threw for a lot of yards. We'll
He
get
needs
we'll
to
get into those
retire.
stats real quick. I want you guys to get a quick reaction here on TikTok. Check this out of the game of the Broncos versus the Raiders. Check this out.
Oh god.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh!
I was hoping
They
you
drained
wouldn't.
me.
I was
Oh,
but
Lord have mercy.
Go
Oh
ahead.
Lord have mercy.
Go ahead.
Well, why? Well, wait a minute. Well, why? Look at that. Well, why? At that point, why you diving? Why you diving for the tackle? At that? I gotta play it again. I got to.
They
Look at him. Look at
drained
him.
me.
Up.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey, you never may work.
Oh God. You gotta show effort. You gotta show that effort.
You know, at least
That was hilarious to me.
Might get the tip of his cleats. Something.
You might get the tip of some hope. All right, to that.
You might get the tip of his cleats.
You might just be able to knock his heel. Knock
might-
his heel.
The wind might. Oh my god. Okay.
All right. So that game that we were talking about here, Brady threw for 385 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's not a bad game. I mean, to be honest with
As
you,
he should.
Mahomes-
He is Tom Brady.
I know it started out bad. Like he started out like Josh Allen started out the deal. Because Patrick Mahomes, every time they had the ball, they put up points.
Yes.
So he couldn't like the defense was just not. The defense could not hold them off. That was it.
And
So
and
we
this
could
is
have
what
held them
Eric
off for at
Eric
least
has been
the
asking us.
drives. What
Yeah.
happened?
And Eric's been asking us about the Pacheco guy, 11 carries, 63 yards.
Yeah.
I guess not bad.
I mean, that's okay, but I mean, it's not bad. I don't know.
No.
Like, I wasn't. I don't think I was expecting that type of game last night. I don't know what I was expecting. When you have two quarterbacks who love to air it out, I don't know. I just expect to see a different type of performance. I mean, Mahomes and Brady are both capable of 400 yards passing, easy, effortlessly. So I don't know. That game was interesting.
What does it tell you about their defenses, both teams?
They're weak.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, you have a 41-31. What are you gonna say, AJ?
No. I mean, yeah. Obviously, I think the defense was worse, but they tried. I mean, you know, defense you can't keep the damn offense off the field. Yeah, they're gonna get worn out.
Yeah.
So to be expected, but it could have easily been a bludgeoning, but you know, Brady tried, but it just wasn't gonna happen. They kept and I loved it. It was great.
Well, I could say that the Chiefs defense is obviously a little stronger than the Bucks. I mean, we saw that last night. But yeah, I mean, are we really surprised by the score? I mean, we're talking about two guys who have arms of steel.
Right.
Yeah. Not
Can we
surprised
talk
by
about
the score.
Russell and his game with the Broncos? Can we talk about that?
Absolutely. We got that right here. And now
we don't have to talk about that. We good.
So now again, we have to address that question again. Is there a worry of concern at this point for Russell Westbrook? Because look at what we have: 237 yards, 2 TDs. Not bad of a game. Looks pretty good comparison to Carr. He definitely won in the quarterback position. But it appears to me that the defense of Denver is probably the far more concerned than the offense.
No, that whole shit is black. Offense, defense, special, and I don't know what the fuck Russell Wilson was thinking when he said, "This is the team I'm." You ain't winning shit with this. I don't know what this is. You got fucking wide receivers that can't get the ball. It's so hard to catch a ball. That's literally your job, to catch the ball. What the fuck is so hard about that? And sometimes it can court in certain ways. But guess what? You're getting paid the big bucks to do that. I don't want to see you dropping fucking balls. It's not gonna work. And then you got Jerry Jeudy spazzing out at Shannon Sharp for calling him out on the Shannon Sharp was right. And I hate to say that because Shannon Sharp gets on my damn nerves. But okay, I said it. Carry on.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had the Broncos going anywhere this year, anyways. To be honest with y'all, so at this rate, let's pivot to tonight's picks. Oh wait,
Okay, wait.
did you have
Hold
something,
on,
Kisha? Go
though.
ahead. Sorry.
Hold on. I just have to say this: the Las Vegas Raiders were like 0-3.
Right.
Facts. Facts.
And that night, because Seahawks won, all three New York teams won, and then Russell Wilson fucks it up. I could have just had a streak all across the board.
Okay. I mean, I couldn't get that Seahawk loss, but man, oh man, thank you, Denver. Okay. Oh,
All
God.
right. And don't laugh too much because we got the 49ers against the Rams. And let's start with AJ. AJ, what's your pick for tonight's game?
Jesus.
For Bobby.
What?
Bobby Wagner all day. Go Rams.
Go Rams. You're a bitch.
Before we have to hear from the 49ers fan, I'm going with the Rams on this one. I just don't see that the defense and that offense being able to show up against the Rams.
Are you bitches done?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I'm never going to go against my team. I
We
don't
understand the United.
I don't care. I don't care. That is my team. I stand by them, even though it's so painful to do so these days. Okay. After last week, I told my sister-in-law that I was going to be a Dolphins fan with my brother because I can't take it anymore because the bullshit is real. But with that being said, go Niners.
Go Niners, right. I'm going to go with the Rams, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go,
You know
Bobby
what?
Wagner.
I'm just going to say this. I thought you guys were my friends, but I see now you're not. It's cool.
We are.
It's fine. It's fine.
There's going to be a time when I vote for the Niners. There
Okay,
will be a time.
And just so you guys know, I'm going to say this out loud to everyone that's listening because I love everyone, that when we beat the Rams tonight, the amount of disrespect I'm going to show these gentlemen tomorrow is going to be unreal.
And lose at Please Bread tonight as this ship sinks and destroys your team. I don't want nobody disappearing and all of a sudden they can't respond to messages.
He was calling you out last week. He was calling you out. He was like, "Oh, where's she at now? Where's she?"
That's what AJ does. He likes to call me out in our group text, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Unavailable, booked. No.
Okay.
We ain't here. Nobody's home.
You know what? Unlike AJ, I could take a loss.
Ooh.
I took one.
Ooh.
I got most of what I wanted yesterday.
Of course. And that's why you're happy today, because you got what you wanted. Okay.
I mean, I did.
Just remember, we got.
Chase Davis on the beat, yeah.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on. Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
Y'all gonna have to remind me what the hell is AB.
Nah. I was like I was watching Microphone, one of my favorite YouTubers, making in the pool, putting the white girl under the water or whatever. But he played that clip, and I had never like, wait a minute, AB rolling loud.
listen. So now that we've done our
That's
prediction for tonight,
contagious.
and we can wrap this up because I have a meeting at 9. Can we just play the wig blowing off one more time?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
you want the wig? You want the wig
Wait,
girl
wait, wait.
again?
And then
Here we
Oh my
go.
God.
play that AB clip again too.
Okay.
You want the AB clip again?
Okay, but first, can I get the
Yes.
wig blowing off and then the AV clip?
All right. So here it is.
Here we
Let's
go.
get that wig going again. Here it is. Look at it. 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 She just leaves it. She just leaves it. And she's just like, whatever.
Okay, let me stop. Okay. Let's play the AV
That was incredible. That I'm surprised this hasn't had. Does this have like 1 million views at this point? This has to.
I don't
Oh
know,
my
but me and
God.
my mother have watched it at least 500,000 times. my brother tried to find her. He was like, "Which news anchor is that? We should send her some glue."
Oh.
Chase Davis on the beat, yeah.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on. Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
What is that? Like, what is that?
I don't know. AB now wants to get into music now. He's tapping into music. He's got music videos. He's got an album coming out.
Of what? Put your shit on? Like, what is that?
Do your dance, AB. Do your dance.
Put your shit on.
And he's doing that little. He's got way too much twist with those hips, boy. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, he may be hot with that outfit that he had on. I mean, isn't it summertime? Where was he at? Like, what is going on?
You didn't see that boy sweating? That boy was dripping. He was glistening.
But it's about
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Orange popped as soon as he got up there. You noticed him.
He looked like a Cleveland Brown. Shut up. He looked like a Cleveland Brown wearing that outfit. Look at him. Look at him right here.
Chase Davis on the beat, yeah.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be a hard time for him to get out of those pants after that.
Okay. I'm gonna become a rapper after this. I'm
You
rap.
should. You
I'm
dropped the
rapping.
F-bomb like a rapper. Speaking of that,
Damn.
you be dropping the F-bomb for a fact. Just 2 quick clips here.
And we out.
I have no clips actually. Just 2 articles I want to touch on. We'll be right back in just a moment to close out this show. All right, we're back here to finish out the Morning Fix live radio show here on this Monday. We gotta does this guy get a pass? Or we gotta come up with a phrase, certain kind of catchphrases for this because this is ridiculous. What the hell is this man doing? California governor officially signs rap lyrics bill into law. You know what this is? Pretty much, basically, folks, this means that no court in the state of California is allowed to bring any rap lyrics as a form of evidence. Even to the fact that these boys be like totally outing themselves, dry
Why are we
snitching on each other.
giving this fool any play? Next.
Because he's getting recognition. Look at Meek Mill. Right here. Meek Mill said, the second time I witnessed the governor of California signs bill that help our people. Probation caps and bans on using rap lyrics in court. I respect you. Thank you.
Right.
I understand the magnitude of the moves you make. We need help in the system.
We'll stop committing crimes, Meek.
There you go, Meeky Meek.
Right.
raping
that
people
part.
to shut up, allow
That
this
part.
to happen. Okay, cool. Or how about you not be dumb enough to put this in your head?
Okay. Come on, AJ.
And
All
for
the
the
shit.
last news. Oh, sorry, AJ. All the what?
No, I was like, all the shit you could put in lyrics, you actually gonna put your crime.
Yeah, be dry snitching on each other. And here's for the last news update for the day. Billy Eichler or Eichlener seems to blame homophobia for the movie Bros, the rom-com of two same-sex attracted males. Just released a movie over the weekend and only at the box office attributed or articulated 4.8 million. And he said the reason why the turnout was so low is because he blames homophobia. You buy this or nah?
No, because
Whatever.
why could have supported that and made it work?
Whatever.
The fuck? What the fuck?
I'm saying this
Like
is real. This is
like why you can't you understand that outside of that dumb ass community, though, why the community calling out, motherfucker? Don't be calling out the people you know ain't gonna fuck with that. Call
Exactly.
out the motherfuckers that are in the community that showed up and bought
yeah.
Period.
Unless this is a direct reflection of how small that community is, that you're only gonna get $4.8 million.
Here's the thing. If some period, and if the shit is whack, I don't know if it's whack, but clearly the community itself didn't. I'm getting warning signs, smoke signals that this shit is corny. So what the fuck would people who motherfuckers don't show up to support it? Shut up.
Yeah.
Time for this.
And that does it for this edition of Morning Fix live radio show on this Monday morning. We'll be right back here on tomorrow morning, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Deuces.